More snake action. What is up, YouTube? JamesWBaek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2020 Baek Battles. Today we have the Sandaconda team out once again, and if you do want to try it out, there is a rental code as well as a payment down below in the description. Rental code's available for 2 weeks, so make sure you grab what you can. And if you want to check out the previous episodes with this team or just more of my other teams in general, make sure you go check them out. You can always check out my second YouTube channel as well as my Twitch channel for more awesome content from me. And if you enjoy these videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, as it really does help me out. But otherwise, let's get started with today's video. So today's common question is going to be, what kind of games have you been playing recently? If you've been playing games, and which ones have you been having the most fun with? So recently 3D All-Stars from Super Mario have come out recently, and I've been really enjoying playing Mario 64 on stream for the first time ever, and it's really fun. It's really stressful, challenging, but I like a good challenge. It's really fun. We got Zach as our first opponent, but yeah, let me know what games you play for fun, and if you don't play games, just let me know what you're doing for fun right now. Hopefully you're having fun out there. We have a Lapras, Amoonguss, Talonflame, Alcremie, the Urshifu, and Duraludon. Okay, so interesting team. I really like being able to click light screen here. The problem is that Alcremie is gonna ruin my defensive synergy. Maybe I just see Dynamax Grimmsnarl. What if I lead Dynamax Grimmsnarl? Might be the play. I think it is the play. Okay, I don't think Sandaconda is that good because I just don't think you're bringing Duraludon. If you are, you're not going to Dynamax. I think Lapras is going to be the Pokemon you Dynamax in this game. I think Arcanine in the back. Corviknight could be good. I think it's between Corviknight or Politoed. I kind of want to try Politoed out. Problem is, can I win the game within a Perish Song stall mode? Because this team is kind of offensive from my opponent's side. It's either Politoed or Corviknight for me, and I feel like Corviknight might be better. I think it is Corviknight better. I just don't think Politoed does it. Because I'm trying to think of, like, how do I get to Perish Song endgame? And I feel like the Lapras is probably Life Orb or... because they're usually Life Orb on the Talonflame teams. Maybe Weakness Policy. But I think that I just get too pressured right here for Politoed Perish Song endgame to actually work. So let's see what they lead here. They actually led the Duraludon and Amoonguss. Oh, I could have led Arcanine and been like completely fine. That sucks. That sucks. Alright, I'm going to double switch here then. I'm going to go Arcanine for the Dynamax, and I'm going to go Corviknight. Because if they Dynamax, they're gonna go for Steel Spike into one of my slots and probably Spore the Grimmsnarl slot. So I think it's just better to go Arcanine here because I got Snarloff guaranteed. I could Safeguard as well, and then like Corviknight should be fine too. I could even Dynamax the Corviknight, which actually might not be a bad play. Yeah, I kind of like that option actually. Well, let's see how they respond first. They could just Flash Cannon. Oh, wow, they did decide to actually go Dynamax Duraludon. I'm surprised because I thought Duraludon Dynamax wasn't the best here because I thought Lapras just put on a lot of pressure against me. But it looks like my opponent has different ideas than me. All right, this is fine unless they read my Dynamax switching out, which they could because Dynamax isn't doing too much. But I feel like you either Max Dragon, Max Steel Spike here. Yeah, you Max Steel Spike, which makes sense. Into the Corv. Is that Life Orb? I think it's too little for Life Orb. Spore into Corv. Okay, perfect. So that's best case scenario, I think. Then I Safeguard here, I think. I could Snarl right away, but I don't know if they're going to Dragon right away. And probably go Dynamax. Do I go Dynamax or do I go Grim? Who's more important in this? I feel like Dynamax doesn't have too much of a role because Grimmsnarl is good against Urshifu, and I think Urshifu is definitely a Pokemon in the back. So you know what? I'm gonna go out into Dynamax right here. It's not like too bad of a decision anyway. So bring out Dynamax and I'll go for Safeguard. Because I definitely don't want to take Spores with Arcanine here. And I feel like Lightning is going to come out potentially. Yeah, they do go for Lightning into the Dynamax slot. So this is basically the best position I could have gotten. Because right here, I'm putting on a lot of... I'm pretty much stalling out this Dynamax efficiently. Wait, oh, if he terrained, he couldn't Spore. So I guess that was a miscalculation on my part. It looks like they also forgot. Or maybe they were just trying to cover for in case Corviknight survived. Okay, I'm going to go for Snarl here. And I'm going to... I feel like I don't switch out because there's a chance they predict it and go for Max Lightning again. So I think it's just better to go for the Anchor Shot and Snarl. I like that play actually because I get to trap in the Amoonguss potentially. That's not doing too much. Yeah, I like it. So I can Flamethrower the following turn. Yeah, I like that. Because I don't think you target the Dynamax here. I think you're going to target the Arcanine if anything. Because Arcanine's putting on more offensive pressure against your entire team. So let's see. Dragon going to come out. Should be the Arcanine. Yep. Had a feeling. Okay, so that's basically the best case scenario right here. They lower my attack, which is fine. As I will be able to get an Anchor Shot off into the Amoonguss and trap it in. So now Flamethrower is very free into that slot. Pollen Puff to heal for recovery. That's okay here. Not the worst case. And I'm thinking afterward I just go for Poltergeist the following turn. And maybe another Snarl. Because Pollen Puff's not doing anything. Maybe I just trap into Dynamax actually. Actually, no. I should trap in Duraludon. Yeah, I'm going to trap the Duraludon in. It could hard switch to Urshifu though, which would be a very smart play from them. Although it would break their Sash and I'd be okay with that because then I could Dynamax Corv. I feel like they do switch out the Duraludon into Urshifu. Yeah, okay. Not really too bad. Not really too bad for me. I can also Dynamax my other thing. Urshifu Voice of Snarl, not that big of a deal. I do hit the Amoonguss. Although I guess I could Pollen Puff the Pollen Puff the Urshifu. They do Pollen Puff the Urshifu. Okay. Good play. Good play. I'll just go Grim here, I feel like. Because, like, I just don't think there's a reason to target down to Dynamax right here. Dynamax is not doing anything. I think I'm going to Poltergeist the Amoonguss. It's going to be tough because I didn't get a good amount of hit into the Amoonguss earlier. I think I should have Flamethrowed it to weaken it. They Wicked Blow. I'm guessing Wicked Blow and Pollen Puff. Spam. Yeah, it doesn't do anything to the Grimmsnarl, which is good. Poltergeist, get rid of Chalonberry. Q-Tech for Porygon Z, I guess. Not bad damage. Pollen Puff into their Urshifu again, yep. So at least I got something out of that turn. Alright, I think I'm just going to let Dynamax go down and just try to bring in the Corv. Because I think that's the best play. So I'm going to Spear Break the Urshifu. And I'm just going to let the Dynamax go down. Because Dynamax, unfortunately, not the best roll here. So we'll go for the Poltergeist once again, I guess, into the Amoonguss. Yes, they do Rage Powder. Yep. Which is fine. I don't mind if they knock out the Dynamax. It's not doing too much. They get close combat, but I feel like that it's worse for them if they do. Because if I target down the Urshifu with, like, Anchor Shot. So Dynamax goes down. I get to bring in Corv. I think I'm in a fine spot now. Because Airstream should knock out this Amoonguss, I think, at the range it's at. The Electric Terrain's also almost worn down, which is nice too. Yeah, so even if Safeguard's gone, Electric Terrain's gone. I think it's fine. I wish I could self-swagger myself, though. A nice self-swagger would be excellent for me. Bring in the Corv. We'll go for the Spirit Break into the Urshifu slot, and I'm going to Airstream. Is Safeguard still up, actually? No, it's not. Okay. So I Spirit Break, and I'm going to Airstream. Because I need the speed boost so I can start dealing with the Urshifu after Dynamax is over. Because, like, Urshifu's still a big problem, unfortunately, to my team. We're going to see a Amoonguss retreat, which makes sense, into the Duraludon. Okay. The next turn, I think I want a light screen. Yeah, light screen sounds safe. And then airstream at the Urshifu slot. I could also swagger, I guess, like one of the slots, which would be a fine play too, but it just depends. Unfortunately, I just haven't gotten the best momentum out of this game. They do close combat, actually. Okay. All right. So it should be Sash or Shifu. And I'm not really too worried about like this position right now. I get an okay amount to Duraludon, actually a pretty good amount. And I'm going to airstream the Urshifu always. So let's see. Endgame is pretty tough though. It is pretty tough. We will Spirit Break the Urshifu. Or probably Focus Sash. Yep. I could Swagger Duraludon. I could even Swagger Urshifu if I really want to, but I don't think that's the play. I think it's just always the light screen up here and get another airstream off into the Urshifu. Unfortunately, Urshifu is just going to be faster because like I don't have any speed investment on these Pokemon. It might be worth it to outspeed Pokemon Corv later, but I feel like that's so much investment that's just like not necessary. So yeah, I'm just going to go for the airstream. It is my best interest to knock out the Urshifu. Because like if, and even if they switch out Urshifu, it's fine. They Sucker Punch. Interesting. Huh. All right. I honestly didn't think their play was the Sucker Punch there. I thought their play was just maybe because like that was my first airstream, right? Because I don't outspeed. Unless they think I'm fast. Maybe they think I'm fast. Or maybe they thought I had Sucker Punch on Grimmsnarl. Which I guess could be a fair play. Yeah, okay. I think they did think I had Sucker Punch on the Grimmsnarl. I think that makes more sense. And wanted to cover for that. They go for Flash Cannon, which is fine. So Grimmsnarl goes down. Perfectly okay. And now I go out into Arcanine. And I think I'm going to click Snarl right here. As well as... Or Flamethrower. I could just click Flamethrower realistically. Let's see what our last Pokemon is. Right now I'm thinking Corviknight's an amazing spot. Because it just outspeeds and gets a lot of damage off. We're going to see how Creamy come out. Oh, that's probably best case scenario right here. Because Snarl here into Steel Spike is very safe. Actually, I want a Flamethrower. I really want a Flamethrower, actually. Yeah, I really want a Flamethrower. Because I think Amoonguss could come in and Alcremie protects. Because like if you Focus Sash Alcremie, you wouldn't go for Decorate here, right? Yeah, because I'd be able to knock you out with Steel Spike plus Snarl. Yeah, I'm just going to Flamethrower and Steel Spike. I think Amoonguss comes in for the Duraludon, but maybe I'm wrong about my logic. I don't know. Flamethrower is still going to do a good amount to Duraludon, though, so I think it is still good. And it depends on how fast the Duraludon is and how Creamy, because I have no idea what the speeds are right now. Oh, there's no Protect. I should Snarl. Because it's Focus Sash. Oh, wait, no. Urshifu was Focus Sash, so it can't be Focus Sash on Alcremie. So it could have been Babiri, or maybe it was Scarf. Well, Creamy went down. That's best case scenario for me. Because I get a big Flamethrower off into the Duraludon. All right. Crit is Assault Vest. Goes for Draco Meteor though, so that's fine. Like, this isn't going to KO through Light Screen. Yeah. And then I get my Wiki Berry, which is really nice. All right, so that's basically perfect. Did I Safeguard here, or did I just go for... I think I just Safeguard here, personally. Yeah, so I can't get Thunderbolt parried. Or Spored. Amoonguss comes out. Like, I think with Light Screen up and them being at -2, they don't have a way to win without critting, right? And if Amoonguss Rage Powder's here, I think it's fine. I'm going to Safeguard. And I'm going to... Can I just Roost up? Actually, Roost might be a very solid player. Yeah, I'm going to Roost. I don't think they go for Pollen Puff here. Oh, they did go for Pollen Puff. Or maybe they went for Spore. I think both are fair. But they might have went just for the Pollen Puff. So I want to Safeguard because I don't want to get Spored on a read. I didn't want to double up a Moongus and be problematic. They Draco Meteor again. Okay. And they Spored. Okay. So it wasn't the worst case because like I would have lived a Draco Meteor anyway. And now I can just double up the Duraludon with Braver plus Flamethrower. And they're forced to Rage Powder. Actually, I probably could have done that the first time. Now that I think about it, Roost was actually risking a crit. I think this just didn't risk anything if I just flamethrower Braber to Duraludon because they have no pressure. Because Duraludon was Assault Vest, we confirmed, so they would have lost Duraludon or Amoonguss, and then Duraludon went for either Draco Meteor Thunderbolt, didn't get much off. So yeah, probably wasn't my best played game, but overall was still able to pick up a win, which is nice. So Brave Bird plus Flamethrower will be able to seal this game up. Probably not the best played again from my part. I think I did a really good job stalling out though. Like the Dynamax on Duraludon. I think like the Dynamax Duraludon was nice. The Urshifu I kind of played a little bit weird against, but overall was able to take the win. And yeah, I think it wasn't too bad played. I think I'm just like I think I've noticed this in the past couple of videos where I've just been like a little bit behind like on some of the game, like some of the plans, like some of the turns, like I have an idea of what's going on, but like then I kind of like mess it up in a little small way. But we got Draco as our next opponent. We have like I'm not realizing like all the best options. Like I'm getting half the option right. It's just like there's a more optimal play always at that timing. Because I noticed a play which was to flamethrower Brave Bird the Duraludon, but I missed it the first time. All right, so Dracozolt Arcanine, that's a very tough team. Although Reflect is really good against the team. Like screens are really good against the team, and it's Dark Urshifu, and if they bring Hail, they lose their Sash, which is actually pretty nice. Thinking Arcanine here plus Grimmsnarl is like very good against their team. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it. I don't know if they're gonna bring Dracozolt against me. I think they can very easily. I think I'm gonna bring Politoed and Corviknight. I think Politoed's a chance to shine because I don't like Sandaconda in this game. It does an okay amount of work, but I don't think. Well, if they bring Dracozolt, I guess they could bring Dracozolt. Like Corviknight, I know I want to bring. Is it worth it to bring Sandaconda? Like, I'm thinking you bring Urshifu here for sure. Oh no, you had to bring Zolt against my team. I should have thought about this a bit more. Because, like, Dracozolt is pretty... You need it for the Corviknight. It's your only answer to Corviknight. I should have brought Sandaconda. I was thinking maybe they don't bring Dracozolt, but then afterward, you kind of look at my team and like, they have to bring Dracozolt. They're really weak to Corviknight. Ninetales, Gastrodon lead. Interesting lead. All right, I'll take it. So lead Grimmsnarl plus Arcanine. I'll just Snarl here and light screen up as they go for their own Aurora Veil and probably an Earth Power, which is fine. Yeah, because this is pretty passive right now. It's just fine to go for the light screen right here and go for a Snarl. I can also safeguard up and then set up Corviknight, which is definitely possible. I gotta make sure Ark's alive though, because they might not Aurora Veil. I mean, I could go Politoed theoretically. Wouldn't be like that bad of a play. But I think I'm fine with letting them get Aurora Veil. Is Politoed better? I'm trying to think. It could have been. But they protect. Okay, so I think they might be trying to scout out the Politoed. And just like if they don't scout out the Politoed right away, like at least they don't lose Ninetales if I just double up the Ninetales. So I think it's a fine play. We'll be able to get a Snorlax into Gastrodon, which is pretty nice. And then I'll go Politoed afterward. Because even though I boost our water type moves, I don't think it's like that big of a deal. I say Earth Power my Arcanine, yeah. So this is not going to do any damage. They crit. Oh wait, it's Life Orb? Wow, that still did a lot though. Holy cow. Because that was light screen plus Fang. Wow. Spear Break, going to Politoed. Okay, so that Gastrodon's offensive as heck. I wonder if they read the switch and go for Freeze Dry, but I think Aurora Veil is very likely here. And they don't have a good switch into Spear Break. So, like, I think this is an okay play. I don't know if they Scald the Politoed or not. They're gonna try to Veil. Yep. Okay, perfect. And I'm gonna be able to get Spirit Break off. Very nice damage into the Ninetales. Earth Power gonna come out into the Politoed slot once again. Jeez, it's just doing more damage than I think. Who do I think is coming out right now is the question. Dracozolt can't switch in. Probably Fairthorn, right? So I think I'm gonna Spirit Break and I'm gonna go Corv. Yeah, I'm gonna go Corv and Spirit Break. Because like, I don't think Ninetales stays in unless you're gonna go Freeze Dry, Earth Power, double up my Politoed, which I don't think is actually worth it. I feel like you just save Ninetales. Going to Pharaoh. Like, I don't think Ninetales is that big of a threat right now anyway, so like, I'll just leave it alone. Like, I'm thinking right here, what's gonna happen, Ninetales gonna switch out into the Fairthorn. Scald gonna come out probably into Grimmsnarl, maybe an Earth Power and a Politoed, which would make sense as well. Oh, they're not gonna switch out to Ninetales, interesting. I mean, it's fine for me. I don't mind this. Oh, they have Moonblast. That's bad. Doesn't do too much, but that's still really bad. Good amount of damage to Gastrodon. They do Scald my Grim. Yeah, they're trying to burn it. Which I probably shouldn't have said. Probably should have said that. Alright. I definitely want to keep this thing around. It's my optimal play. I think I should get a Reflect up because I think Dracozolt's going to come in the later game. So I'm going to Reflect and I'm going to Brave Bird. Even at the cost of my Grimmsnarl here, I think it's in my best interest to get Reflect up as they could switch out. Yeah, Ninetales. Into Zolt. Okay. I wonder if their weakest policy. So this kind of worked out. It's not the best workout, but it's not like the worst workout as I'm able to get a Reflect up in. So I could go Arcanine afterward and I Airstream the Gastro, I think. And I think that's the right play, yeah. I think I have to go Arc, which is the sad part. Yeah, I think I have to go Arc. And I have to Airstream. At least I got my Reflect up, so like I'll tank hits from the Zolt at least with the Arc and heal with Berry. I guess the worst case if they Airstream double up that slot, but we'll see. Like I think Dracozolt's gonna Dynamax here. Yep. This is one of the times where I wish Arcanine had a Wisp, but I just wanted. I think Safeguard can be more beneficial at times, especially since one of my strategies is to Swagger myself quite often. Especially with the Sandaconda. I should have brought Sandaconda, I think, but like I don't know what slot I would be bringing it right now. At least I don't have to deal with Veil. It'd be best case scenario actually if this Dracozolt isn't Life Orb, because if it's not Life Orb, it's not like I'm hitting this thing with super effective moves anyway currently. So we'll see. They could also Quake my Arcanine slot, and I don't know if that knocks out. Probably does if it's Life Orb. If it's weakness policy, it's an interesting story. They do Lightning my Grimmsnarl. Wow, I barely live that? Okay, so that has to be Life Orb, right? I think that has to be Life Orb. Because, like, if it's policy, I just don't see it doing that much with Intimidate plus Reflect, but maybe I'm just underestimating Dracozolt, how broken that Pokemon is. Looks like it's not Life Orb, so it should be policy guaranteed. Oh, that means Ice Shard's coming and I can't do anything about it, can I? Because it's probably Aurora Veil. Ice Shard on the Ninetales. Yeah, that means I can't do anything. So, all right. How do I get out of this? I think I go Politoed and Steel Spike the Ninetales, and then hope I live with the. Oh, they go Urshifu. Why'd they go Urshifu? I'm doubling up that Urshifu slot. Yeah, I'm gonna double up the Urshifu slot. Like, I don't think you Sucker Punch because I can Wisp. You should also be scared of Will-O-Wisp. They are not scared of Will-O-Wisp at all. So Flamethrower into Urshifu. Maybe I could blow my Arcanine. Okay, not the worst case. So Arcanine will go down here. Because I do Airstream to Urshifu. That should allow me to outspeed Ninetales at least. Do I live the Lightning though? I feel like with Reflect, yes, but it's going to be close. So Urshifu goes down. They do go for Lightning once again. Oh, I tanked that actually really well. All right. Rain stops here, but I go back into Politoed. Unless Grimmsnarl is the right play, but I don't think it is. Oh, I perish in game. No, I'm going to go Politoed 100% and perish. Because if they don't tar down to Politoed, I think that they will lose. Yeah, they will lose 100%. Because I still spike the Ninetales. Okay, yeah. I think this is the right play. Because I think if there's a good opportunity to, it's now to go for the perish. And Steel Spike. Yes. Because I'll knock out Ninetales to protect. They could go for the Ice Shard. I think if they do have Ice Shard, they gotta go for Ice Shard here to activate Policy. And then I think I'm gonna have to rely on some hustle misses. Oh, protect is like the worst case play. I think they just lose off that. Did they not have Ice Shard? We saw Moonblast, Aurora Veil, and protect. Maybe it's not Ice Shard. Maybe it's just Blizzard. So they lose Ninetales right here. I get the defense boost with Politoed and Corviknight. Let's see. Who did they target? They Lightning, the Corviknight, okay. And I live, perfect. Best case scenario, and I perish endgame. Whoo! That was a close one. It's not over yet by far, but I think I've sealed the game up now. Because I still reflect in things. I'm gonna just roost here and protect the Politoed. Yeah. Because with reflect and them being -1 and Boltbeak not being double power against my Corviknight, I should be fine. Ooh, Perish Song Politoed coming in clutch. And it actually was kind of clutch because preventing that Veil up was actually pretty huge for getting this Perish Song endgame up. So let's see. It comes down to do they crit Corviknight here with an attack, because I think that's the only way they win. If not, I'm going to need like a triple protect with Politoed. They Boltbeak the Politoed. Okay, so they 100% lose. Because now I just switch out Politoed and I keep roosting. Yep. All right, perfect. So we go Grimmsnarl here. We go for the... Actually, I could just bulk up here. Bulk up's better. Yeah, bulk up's better. Because I can play a more defensive slow game. Yep. So Grimmsnarl up. Bulk up is up. So we are at +2 defense with the reflect and all that. We should be good right here. As they do, Boltbeak connects into the Grimmsnarl. As Grimmsnarl will go down on the switch. All good, Grimmsnarl. You did your job. The reflect was huge. Absolutely huge. And now we go into Politoed, click protect, and win the game 100%. Oh, that was a close one. That was a close one. A Politoed's end game finale song was pretty good. Was pretty good. Protect, and we bulk up again, I guess. As the battle's going to be forfeit. Nice. I think it was Weakness Policy Dracozolt, though. I really do feel like it was, but luckily we are able to power through that. Could have been scary. That Life Orb Gastrodon was doing a ton of damage. He went through Light Screen and Snarl. That Gastrodon was actually doing a bunch of damage. It had to be max special attack. And the Dracozolt was definitely scary, especially since I realized they had to bring Dracozolt. But luckily, Politoed coming up clutch in this battle. preventing the hail or denying the hail for a Roar Veil setup, which was pretty good. Perish Song endgame is super clutch though. But I hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2020 Baek Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, and share this video with friends. They're all great free ways to support me, but I hope you enjoyed this video just by watching or help me out. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You can go check out my other stuff down below in the description, such as my social media, side saves on the channel, and more. You can always check out my previous episodes as well. If you want to try out the team, there is a rental code of the team available for 2 weeks. Make sure you grab what you can. Link in the description down below, as well as the pay spin. And of course, if you want to see more content from me, you can go check out my second YouTube channel as well as my Twitch channel for more awesome content, including VGC and variety content as well. And yes, you can join my community Discord, where you can interact with me and a bunch of others, talk about video games, anime, and more. Go check it out. But otherwise, that's going to be pretty much it. Have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.